Ashley Anderson. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ashley, I'm interested in your platform, and I'd like to know if you were to select a celebrity to be the spokesperson for your platform, who would you select and why?
I don't know if you necessarily call her a celebrity for the entire public, but Jennifer Berry, she's a former Miss America, and she also has had skin cancer, so it's something that's important to her, and she already is a bit of a spokesperson. But if I could choose another spokesperson, I would definitely choose her because she knows what it's like and she understands.
What can you further do to promote awareness?
I think, like, when I do presentations, when I go into school, I say, who in here has had a sunburn? And you know every kid's going to raise their hand because they've all had one. And I think a lot of the problem is they think, oh, it's a sunburn, it's just going to peel off and nothing bad's going to happen. I think if they're faced with the facts and the statistics of what that sunburn can do to them, that sunburn you just got increases your chance of getting skin cancer by 50%. I think by doing that, and when they see those big statistics, it will help them understand and help promote awareness of skin cancer.
Ashley, one of my best friends was a doctor, and at 40 years old, he died of melanoma just a couple of years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Have you had an opportunity to look and be able to tell people maybe what melanoma looks like, as to how to identify it sort of, so it's not just a regular mole or something? Or
I do, because my mother had melanoma. She was lucky. Hers is melanoma in situ, so it didn't spread. But the reason she knew it was a mole, just looked like a mole, but it was a bit darker and had a really irregular border. She said it almost looked like Mickey Mouse ears or something. So that's one of the big ways you can know about melanoma is if you have a mole and it's got like different colors in it, or it's just really large, or has a really irregular border. That's one of the biggest, like, oh hey, this looks funny. Maybe you should really get that checked out.
Your ambition is to be a pharmacist or an award-winning actress.
Yes, sir.
At what point and how are you going to come to a decision?
Well, this is what my plans. I know that it's harder for a woman to make it as an actress. So I know that I can't count on that to support me throughout my life. So I need to have something to fall back on. So I plan on going to college and becoming a pharmacist. And the thing about that is, pharmacist is a job that they're always going to need, so it's always going to be in demand. But working part-time, I can make plenty of money and still be able to try and make it as an actress. So it's the perfect job for me.
Do you prefer movie or stage acting?
You know, I've never done anything like a movie, but in my school, I'm very involved in theater. So I really do like stage acting. However, I can't sing, so I don't know if Broadway's really an option for me.
And here mentions here that you have a lot of, you won several awards with the saxophone?
Yes, ma'am.
So how did you choose between playing the saxophone for us and dancing?
Well, I've been dancing since I was 3. I didn't start playing saxophone until I joined the band when I was in the 6th grade. And although I have done very well with my tenor sax, I know I'm not the best player, and I know I'd be way too nervous to get there and play it. I'd be squeaking all over the place, whereas dancing, I'm familiar with it. I've been doing it forever. It just comes easier to me.
Ashley, clarify your statement in your platform. It says, I would like to be remembered as the girl who was not afraid to show her true colors. Is that just related to physical appearance, or is it other attributes?
It's related to both physical appearance and attributes. Like the reason I look tan today is because I have a lovely spray tan, because I know if I got on that stage without one, it would be bad. Because I think that anyone is beautiful just the way they are. Like, if you see me any other day, I am as white as a sheet. And also, I want people to, like, you know, that I'm not fake. That if you ask me something, I'm the same person all the time. I don't change, like, oh, well, I'm this person, I'm going to be this person now. So that's what I mean by my platform, that I'm always real, I'm always Ashley.
Would you be? Go right ahead.
Your resume mentions that your family has a history of cow ranching. Have you ever shown animals in 4-H?
No, man, it's on my mother's side, and my uncle takes more care of that. Because for one, I don't live in the country. I have always wanted to show animals, but where I live, it's not allowed. I can maybe get away with rabbits, but they won't let me. It's like, oh, you have a cow in your backyard. That's not allowed. Dang it. So I have wanted to. I just have never really been given the opportunity because I didn't have a place to keep it.
You talk about prevention starting at birth. Of course, babies aren't able to wear sunscreen.
Yes, ma'am.
So what would be some of your suggestions to parents of new children to protect them from the sun?
Protective clothing. I know they make cute little hats for babies and everything. And just, with the stroller, always have the hood up. So just protective clothing and just keeping them under cover, I think, is the best way to keep your baby protected.
You mentioned that you love to read and you like to read at night.
Yes,
When
ma'am.
the lights are supposed to be out. What's your favorite book?
Oh gosh, my favorite book is probably Gone with the Wind. I was actually named after Ashley Wilkes, so when people complain about their name, I'm like, I'm named after a guy who isn't real. But I finally read it because my parents were always talked about how good it was, and it is. It's amazing. It's my favorite book I've ever read. It's really big, though.
Which female character do you identify the most with from that book?
I'd have to say Melanie, just the way she's just so sweet and kind to everyone. I love Scarlett, but she's a bit risque for me, if you know what I mean.
Now, would you be able to play Scarlett, though, on stage?
If I had to, yes, sir. I think I could definitely play Scarlett on stage, especially with the play we just did. In my school, we did Macbeth, and I was one of the witches, and they were very risque characters.
You say you win a spelling bee.
Yes, ma'am. I've been asked that before, and I honestly don't remember. But I do remember the word I can never spell right. Grotesqueness. I can spell it for you. Grotesqueness.
Use it in a sentence.
Let's see. The grotesqueness of dissecting a frog really does not appeal to me.
Ashley, why do you want the job of Miss Teen Texas? Why is it important to you?
It's important to me because, for one, it's a way I could really promote my platform. And also, I have friends who've done this system forever. Like, I was here every year watching, Heather Harris, so she was Miss Teen Texas 2005, and she's one of my best friends. And I was always just watching her grow up. And I remember looking up to her thinking what a great mentor she was. And as I got older, I realized that, I want to do that too. When I get older, I want to be the one that's mentoring the little girls, and so I can help them and just be a good role model for them. That's why I want to be Miss Teen Texas. That's what it means to me. Oh, sorry.
Are you involved in the Lone Star Princess?
I am, actually. Yeah,
How many do you have?
I have 4. And they're so cute. They're adorable. I love and you don't when you see them, you don't realize how big of an impact you have on your life until you see them and you just see their faces light up because they see you and they're like a big sister to them, and it means so much.
What do you think they have learned from you? Those of your Lone Star princesses, what have they learned from you?
I'm hoping that they've learned poise and how to behave. They can be a bit rowdy, but I love them anyway. They've learned just poise and how to protect themselves from the sun and just how to be a good person, always be respectful, and just to be a good, upstanding citizen.
What is your hardest subject in school? And you look like you're really doing very well. Do you have a subject that you don't?
Math can eat. When I got to 8th grade and I got to Algebra 1, I did okay in Algebra 1. It was really when I got to geometry, we just didn't mix, and I got my first B ever in that class, so it just made me really not like math. So I don't know why, but math, I'm not bad at it. I'm complaining because I got an 89, but most kids I know would love to have an 89, but it's just a subject that I have the most trouble with.
Ashley,
What do you think of?
Go right ahead.
What do you think of sunscreens?
I think sunscreens are great, and I think that they need to be advertised more, for one, and also the different effects of what kind you should get. I did a project in chemistry over sunscreen, and I learned that actually there's not a way for UVB. There's actually, the SPF only refers to UVB rays, not UVA. So you're best to go with a broadband spectrum sunscreen than say a sunblock or a sunscreen. You should look for a broadband spectrum because it has the most protection against both UVB and UVA.
Ashley, thank you so much.
Oh,
Enjoy.
thank you. So we're